Hello and welcome to Plus Sports on PlusTvAfrica. It's Friday, the weekend is here, and we're already getting a taste of all of the international football that is going to dominate this weekend. Now, of course, if you were paying attention last night, you will already know that Italy are out of the World Cup, having lost to Macedonia by 1-0. Who could have seen that coming? Portugal, however, delivered it as expected, scoring 3-1 against Turkey. Now, if everything goes well according to plan, they should get past Macedonia, and all of the worry that was had initially about the possibility of Portugal not qualifying for this year's World Cup will be out the window. Italy was supposed to be their biggest competition, but Italy has stumbled and left the room for Portugal to have a clear entrance into the competition. Now, but we'll start with Nigeria, a little local news because we love our local sports. A new head coach for Lobi Stars Football Club of Makurdi has been appointed. His name is Baba Ganaru. The Vice Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Lobi Stars, Mr. Dominic Iofa, is set to unveil the new head coach before members of Sports Writers Association of Nigeria, SWAN, supporters of the club, as well as football stakeholders in Benue State inside the main bowl of Apa Aku Stadium, Makurdi, next week. Coach Baba Ganaru has tinkered with many Nigerian professional football clubs in the country, including Kano Pillars, El Kanemi Warriors of Maiduguri, Yobe Desert Stars, and Wiki Tourists of Bauchi, just to mention a few. He has since assumed duty ahead of the second stanza of the Nigeria Professional Football League, NPFL, revised fixture, which will see Lobi play host to Rangers International Football Club of Enugu at Apaku Stadium in Makurdi, Benue State capital. Coach Ganaru is already monitoring training for now until next week when he will fully take charge. Meanwhile, massive renovation work has commenced at McCarthy Stadium, Wadata, Makurdi, where players of the club are to be accommodated. Illegal occupants of the complex have been directed to vacate the premises immediately. Recall that Mr. Iofa, the then vice chairman of the club, provided state-of-the-art facilities for the comfort of the players. Since he left the club, however, the stadium has been neglected by previous administrators and is now in a dilapidated condition. It's good news for the Lobi Stars because they're getting a very qualified, a very experienced coach. His CV speaks for itself, and they will hope that he can get the team firing on all cylinders very quickly. Now, as for the World Cup qualifiers, which continue tonight with Nigeria set to face their longtime rival, Ghana, at 8:30 p.m. local time. Enough has already been said about what to expect. Everyone has had their say, from past players to even present players, and the call-up list has already been scrutinized, probably more than necessary. But tonight, it will all come down to the wire. It will all finally be resolved. Whether Nigeria wins or doesn't, this will be a first leg, and potentially, if they lose, they might have to dig even deeper to win the next leg for qualifications. However, in Egypt and Senegal, the match between these two giants of Africa, they are both preparing for their spot in Qatar when they play in the World Cup qualifier match in Cairo, with Egypt hoping for better results since their last game against the Africa Cup of Nations champions. The last time the two teams met, Senegal crushed Egypt in a penalty shootout that sent the Pharaohs home as runners-up last month. Liverpool stars Mohamed Salah and Sadio Mane will also face off again during the qualifiers' first leg at Cairo Stadium before thousands of spectators. Our players, they are fully committed with great enthusiasm and with great belief that they are ready to fulfill our dreams and create happiness with Egyptian fans, said Egypt coach Carlos Queiroz. I think that tomorrow it will be a great match, and it will be a totally different match than the Africa Cup of Nations final. And we will be ready for that, said Senegal's national team captain Kalidou Koulibaly. This will be the second time Egypt qualified for the World Cup since 1990. I know we can all expect a thrilling match. The last one between these two giants went all the way to penalties. Mohamed Salah didn't even get to kick a ball in that penalty shootout. But he'll hope that this time around that he's able to demonstrate why he is currently one of the top players in the world. He is already known as a world-class player, but a loss to Sadio Mane's Senegal a second time, even as a first leg encounter between these two teams, will sting just a little bit more than the last time when Sadio Mane's Senegal walked away with the Africa Cup of Nations trophy. Now, Uruguay booked their tickets to the World Cup later this year after beating Peru in Montevideo on Thursday. The 1-0 victory ensured a top 4 finish with a game to spare, meaning the 2018 quarterfinalists avoid the prospects of an intercontinental playoff in June. Peru must now beat Paraguay next week to guarantee 5th place to go into a playoff against a nation from the Asian Confederation. I don't know which is worse, a 1-0 loss, knowing that you could potentially, with 1 or 2 errors corrected, could have won the game yourself, or a 3-4, maybe even 5-0 demolition. Either way, when the stakes are this high, a loss is painful no matter how little or how much the scoreline. Now, in another South American World Cup qualifier game, Chile are on the brink of failing to qualify for back-to-back World Cups after a 4-0 defeat against Brazil. La Roja must now beat the already qualified Uruguay in their final group game and hope both Peru and Colombia fail to pick up wins. Brazil took a 2-0 lead into half-time after Neymar netted from the penalty spot before Vinicius Jr. found the back of the net less than a minute later. The win was secured on 72nd minutes when Felipe Coutinho scored the Selecal's second penalty of the match, while Richarlison added a 4th in injury time. The victory continues Tete's side's 100% record at home in qualifying. One of my favorite tennis players, Andy Murray. He set up a second-round clash with Daniel Medvedev in Miami after overcoming Federico Delbonis on Thursday. The Briton saw off Delbonis 7-6, 6-1 and will face the top-seeded Medvedev next. It will be just a second career meeting between the pair, with Medvedev winning their only ever match in Brisbane in 2019. I just love watching Murray play, the technique, the never stop running attitude. He might not be quite as fit as one would need to win majors and compete with his contemporaries, such as Nadal, Federer, and Djokovic. But the fact that he keeps going and doing it with skill is admirable. Now, for another tennis star that I absolutely love, and many around the world will concur, she's a genius on her day. Naomi Osaka won the battle of the former world number ones, easing past Angelique Kerber in Miami. The Japanese needed just an hour on the court to see off her German opponent 6-2, 6-3 and reach the last 32. Osaka takes on Karolina Muchova next with the head-to-head record split at 1-1. As always, it's been a pleasure having you choose Plus Sports on Plus TV Africa as your destination for all the sports news that you crave. My name is Mikhail Tinubu. I'm about to leave you with Katerina Siniakova who came from a set and a breakdown to beat US Open champion Emma Raducanu at the Miami Open. Remember, life is never boring with some sports. Have a wonderful day.